What if I told you that real, genuine happiness is available to you right now, in this very instant? I mean, not after you get the promotion or solve that big problem that's been bugging you, but right here, today. We're going to explore a simple but really profound shift in perspective that can unlock peace in any given moment.
Okay, so first, a question for you. Think back to a time you finally got something you really, really wanted. Maybe it was a new job, a new car, a relationship you'd been dreaming of. How long did that feeling of pure satisfaction actually last? A week? A day? Maybe just an hour? If you're anything like most of us, it was super brief, and then you started to feel agitated again, maybe a little empty, or your mind just jumped to the next thing it wanted. Why is that?
Well, this whole cycle of fleeting satisfaction, we can call it the pursuit of more. It's kind of the default operating system for most of our lives. But you know what? It's a game that seems fundamentally rigged against any kind of lasting contentment.
I mean, we all know this loop intimately, right? We want something, we work our tails off to get it, we experience this little spike of joy, and then almost immediately a new desire just pops up to take its place. We are constantly postponing our happiness, telling ourselves, oh, I'll be happy when, but when never really comes, does it? Because there's always a new win on the horizon.
So this presents us with two very different paths. The common one is to just run faster on that treadmill. Work harder, chase more things, hoping to stack up enough of those little fleeting moments of joy to feel fulfilled. But then there's this other idea, a pretty radical one. What if you could just be happy now, unconditionally, no matter what's going on around you?
Let's really dig into that idea. Because the central point here is that true, lasting happiness isn't some destination you have to race towards. It's a state of being that's available to you right here and right now.
Just think about it for a second. There will always be a reason not to be happy. There's always some problem to solve, a bill to pay, a goal you haven't hit yet. If you wait for your life to be absolutely perfect before you allow yourself to feel peace, well, you're going to be waiting forever. The key thing to get is this. The only moment you ever truly have is this one. So why not be happy in it?
Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Happiness isn't something you need to add to your life. It's not another thing to achieve. It's actually your natural state. It's what's left over when you simply remove one specific thing, a deep internal resistance to reality as it is.
So if we want to find this natural state of peace, we first have to understand what's blocking it. We have to clearly identify the one and only source of all our suffering. And let's call it inner resistance.
So what is inner resistance? It's that internal friction, that feeling deep inside that says this shouldn't be happening. It's the argument you're having with reality in your own head. And we apply this feeling to everything, things in the past we regret, things happening right now we don't like, and things we're worried about in the future. We even resist our own thoughts and feelings.
And this brings us to the core principle. You can almost write it as an equation. Your level of happiness is the exact opposite of the amount of inner resistance you're carrying. The more you fight and resist what is, the less happy you are. The less you resist, the more your natural state of peace just shines through. It's a direct, powerful relationship.
And we do this constantly, usually without even realizing it. We resist the traffic jam. We resist a critical comment someone made. We resist the feeling of boredom while waiting in line, or that feeling of anxiety about a big presentation. We even resist the weather. Each one of these little resistances just chips away at our peace.
Okay, so we've identified the problem, inner resistance. The big question then becomes, how do we stop doing it? How can we build a practical, simple method for dissolving that resistance and just reclaiming our peace?
It's a 3-step practice you can do anytime, anywhere. First, just acknowledge you feel uneasy or unhappy. Pause and simply notice it without judging yourself. Second, ask yourself, what am I resisting right now? And try to pinpoint it. Is it the noise outside? Is it a memory? Is it this feeling of impatience? And then third, you consciously decide to let it go. Drop the argument with reality. Simply accept what is, just for this moment. You will be amazed at the immediate sense of relief that can wash over you.
Some people believe they need their anger or their frustration to solve problems, that suffering is somehow a motivator. But suffering is not a useful tool. In fact, emotional pain clouds your judgment and it leads to pretty bad decisions. When you come from a place of peace, from acceptance, that's when you have the clarity to act effectively, if you even need to act at all.
It's really important to see this not as some one-time magic trick, but as a continuous and deeply rewarding lifelong journey. This is a skill you cultivate moment by moment, choice by choice.
And let's be really clear here, this is going to be challenging. The pull of our old habits, the momentum of suffering, it's incredibly strong. Your mind has been trained for years and years to resist, so it's going to require real determination and perseverance to choose peace over and over again.
A lot of the time, it's going to feel like life is constantly testing you. People, situations, your own thoughts, they'll all seem to conspire to pull you out of your state of peace. But the key is to reframe those moments. They aren't obstacles, they're opportunities to practice. Every single one is a chance to strengthen your ability to choose peace.
But here is the really good news, and this is so powerful. Any progress you make on this path is irreversible. Once you successfully let go of resistance around a particular issue, once you truly see an illusion for what it loses its power over you for good. You can't unlearn a deep insight. You cannot go backwards.
And as you continue this practice, something amazing starts to happen. Eventually, you don't have to try to be peaceful anymore. Peace just becomes your default state. You realize it was there all along, and your whole practice was just about removing the layers of junk that were covering it up. You were simply returning home.
So it all comes down to this. In every single moment, no matter what is happening outside of you or inside of you, you have a choice. You can choose resistance and all the suffering that comes with it, or you can choose acceptance and the peace that it brings.
The very first step is a simple recognition, an understanding deep in your bones that nothing, no achievement, no possession, no amount of validation from others is more important than your own inner peace. It is the foundation for a well-lived life.
The next step is to turn that recognition into an affirmation. You've got to make it personal. Say it to yourself. Make your continuous, uninterrupted peace your absolute top priority, above everything else.
And finally, you turn that affirmation into a decision, an active, conscious choice that you make not just one time, but from this moment forward, again and again in every single situation that life brings your way.
So, let's bring it right back to where we started, to the only moment that ever truly exists. In this moment, as you're listening to this, right now, what are you choosing? Resistance or peace? The choice is yours.